That I'm riding with it, 5 or 6, I can't find those digits. Line them up and say mind your business. Don't you know that my mind is different? Can't you tell that I'm riding with it, 5 or 6, I can't find those digits. Line them up and say mind your business. No, I don't need Poseidon by and large. I don't preach no violence.
Police are still piecing together evidence after yesterday's shooting death in Malvern. It happened in broad daylight.
The suspect, who was seen fleeing, is described as a brown man, perhaps in his 20s.
When officers arrived, they found a man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Police say that this was a targeted incident and there is no threat to public safety.
So my name is Warren G. I'm from Scarborough, Malvern, Emprenham side. I grew up as any stereotypical black kid would probably grow up in the hood, you know. Got myself into trouble, got myself with the wrong crowd. I grew up with a single mom. My grandma was also there, and I was the eldest of 3 sons, so there was like 2 other little brothers in the household with me. No father, so you know, you grow up idolizing the people you see around you, you know what I'm saying? The males in your neighborhood. There was no one to stop me back then. My mom couldn't stop me. I wanted to see like what men do, you know what I'm saying? But there was no men in my household, and they're all on the block chilling, doing whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying? With no father in the household, there was no proper guidance. Guys I glorified, these guys had respect, these guys had money, these guys had the girls, you know what I'm saying? The vibe was, I don't know, it was the early 2000s, late 90s, so it was, you know, 50 Cent, DMX, Jay-Z, you know, the classic hip-hop vibe, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more darker than these times. So growing up in high school around those times, I wasn't the guy by any means. I was just a kid, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make a fucking name for myself if anything. But I wasn't a baller, I wasn't a dancer. At the time, it was like, when you go to school, you're either a fucking baller, a dancer, or a gallus. I wasn't any of those, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the kind of guy that was probably gonna rob you for your lunch tickets or your bus tickets, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't get home. My mindset was, it was dual, you know what I'm saying? So like on road, I wasn't the same as I was at home. When I got home, you know, like I had a good household. You know, my mom, she loved me, even though she worked a lot. I had my grandmother and my 2 brothers, but when you're on road and you don't really have the male influences and shit, right? Your mind can take you places because you're trying to emulate something else, you know?
Yeah. Man. Look, tell a man no trouble. I don't want beef, man. I just want vibes.
When I first moved to Malvern, I was in grade 1, probably like 89, 90. I was driving my big wheel all around Malvern just to explore it when I was a kid. And the first time I came into Emprenham, I rode my big wheel all the way up here, and this is where all the men used to chill. They used to chill on this bench here in front of the iconic basketball court. Didn't look like this back in the day, but you know. So I rode up to the mandem, and that's when I asked them, you know, what you guys doing? They asked me what I'm doing, what's my name. I told my name's Warren. You know, it was back in 1990 them times, you know, Warren G and Dr. Dre and them were coming out and all that stuff. So it's like, oh, Warren, like Warren G. And that's where the name came from. It just stuck from then, you know? I wasn't anybody that disrespected you out of just, you know, malice or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I already had that natural respect, but I was trying to look for like the bottom line respect. The first day I got arrested for this murder, 2005, I woke up. At that time, like a lot of shit was happening in Melbourne with me. I got arrested for attempted murder a few months before. So that scared my mom Dukes. So she wanted to move. So she moved the whole family out of the Vern, but the house was in escrow for a little bit. So I was able to stay in the house for like a few months by myself. So I was staying there with my sister. We were looking for money because, you know, she knew of this one place that was hiring. So we're like, all right, cool. We're gonna go there. We're gonna, you know, put on our best fucking suits. And we were walking to the bus stop in Malvern around those times, you know what I'm saying? You have to like memorize the cars on your street kind of thing. I get out and I notice there's 2 or 3 cars that are not supposed to be there, but I'm not really paying attention because I'm with my sister. It's fucking morning and it's like, you know, they're not supposed to be there, but so I'm walking, and then all of a sudden helicopters, fucking SUVs, squad cars, everything just come out of nowhere, bam, tackle me. But the first thing I'm seeing is they tackle my sister. I'm like, holy fuck. And they're saying, yeah, you're arrested for murder. And like, I'm not even really registering that. I'm just registering that they're on my sister. I'm telling them to get off my sister. And it's not until like I'm down the street in the cop car that it's hitting me what they're saying to me, that, you know, that I got arrested for murder. Yeah, so this is the old spot right behind Emprenham. I wasn't in Emprenham. I was right behind it. I used to hop out my window over there and hop one of these fences over here. And that's where Emprenham is right there, right behind these houses. So I came out here and there was a car parked right here, right where that blue van is, and there was never a car parked there, you know what I'm saying? So I walked past it and I was walking this way because that's where the bus stop is. Kept on moving. And there's a few more cars down there. There was 2 cars on the street, one right here and one further down. And when I got to the end of that street, that's when all the sirens and all the fucking crazy shit happened, you know? I had some crazy memories over here still. It was just me, my mom, my grandma, my 2 little brothers. Unfortunately, I brought a lot of cops to the street. Again, I didn't really come to my senses until I was like halfway into the station. It hit me that they're arresting me for a murder. Like I was in complete denial and shock. They're throwing me into the fucking interrogation room. They start taking pictures of me, what I'm wearing, you know what I'm saying? They take off my shit. Then they start fucking taking pictures of my tattoo, because I have a teardrop tattoos in. The more questions they're asking me, the more I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I don't think I'm going home after this, you know? Like, I'm here thinking I'm going home today. Questions they're asking me, I'm like, okay, they have something. I'm not going home right now. My heart just plummets a little bit more and more, because I just realized how deep the situation is. When did it actually sink in that I might be fucked? In the interrogation room. The homicide detective is basically saying, yeah, well, you're gonna be transferred to the East. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through the process, and you're realizing that what the process is a long fucking process, you know what I'm saying? So East Detention Center is exactly what this is. It's where they keep people in pretrial until you get found guilty or found innocent. If you get found guilty, they transfer you somewhere else. If you're innocent, you're free up. I just remember being surreal. When I got to the East on my murder charge, there's no set date when you're getting out. In that period, there's not even a set date of when your date fucking starts. You know what I'm saying? Some mans can stay there for fucking 5 years. Some mans can stay there for 4. I was lucky enough to stay there for 2, you know? Getting into my first day at trial, it's a bigger fucking court than the Scarborough courts, you know what I'm saying? It's a downtown court, so it's big, so it's like, it's so big, it makes you kind of feel like you're alone if you don't have people around you, you know? The more the day progressed, it's like being in that interrogation room was just the more I realized I wasn't going home that day. And then you realize when you really calculate it, it's like months that you're not going home. The trial that I went through, that was a 6-month trial, bro. Now the evidence that they have, you know, it wasn't even that strong. It was all circumstantial, but you still have to go through the motions of it. When it got up to that point where they said, you know, they reached a decision, and I'm waiting in the box, waiting for the jury to line in and sit down and tell the judge what they decided. That whole time I was shaking. Every person I seen up until that point, every guy that was in with me that was facing a first-degree murder, none of them got out. And here I am sitting in a murder charge. My heart's pounded, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, am I coming home? Am I not coming home? But you know, eventually the jury comes, they give the little paper to the judge reads it, he looks at me, he tucks it away, you know what I'm saying? And then he asks the jury, what's your decision? My heart's pounding, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm thinking the look that the judge gave me is like, I'm getting fried. But then the jury said, yo, not guilty. It was like the most surreal experience. It's like everything just like, the heaviness on my shoulders just fucking disappeared. Everything just, the nightmare that I was in just gone. Just like that. And it's just like, when he said that, like, it felt like everybody was shocked that they said that. Like, everybody expected to go a different way. They said not guilty, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm going home. The sweetest words in my ears, you know what I'm saying, is Mr. Abbey, you're free to go. The way it happened was just so fucking magical. They opened the box and I step out the box for the first time. Holy fuck, bro. That was a feeling, let me tell you, man. But there was nobody around. My mom wasn't there, my grandma wasn't there, no brothers, no baby moms. It was just me and my lawyer, and the fucking victim's family was there. So it was a weird experience. All these thoughts are flooding through my head. My lawyer's like, he's nudging me. He's like, yo, listen, I know this is a win for us, but you gotta hold your composure because the victim's family is right there, and you can't be disrespectful in front of them. So it was weird because it was like all these crowns and cops, and they clearly didn't like the fucking verdict. So it's like I'm having this emotion, but it's like nobody else sharing this emotion with me. You feel what I'm saying? Except for my lawyer. So we hugged, we did our thing, and then the judge wanted to talk to him, and I went out the court, and I just remember every step walking away from the fucking box to the door to freedom was just like, it was just so surreal. Like it felt like a dream. I felt like any minute I'm gonna wake up and they're gonna say, I got out the courtroom and I didn't know what to do. My mom wasn't there, my grandma wasn't there. Remember, I came into jail as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have my own place. I didn't know what the fuck. No cell phone, no money in my pocket. So I just stood there in front of the court like a dumbass. My lawyer says my mom's in the parking lot. So I'm walking out the courtroom. I see my mom walking. I start running towards my mom. My mom starts running towards me. There's fucking pigeons in the middle. They fly away. It was like a magical scene, bro. It was like one of the best fucking days of my life. A reporter stopped me and I was in a daze. Like I don't even remember what the reporter looked like, or like I just remember a reporter stopped me and he asked me how I felt. And the only thing I could fucking say was God was good. Because that's the only thing that was in my mouth. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? All the shit, all the darkness, all like, you know what I'm saying? Like really and truly, like, God is good. I jump in my mom's car, we drive down the 401 to go see my grandma. I'm chilling in the car, and it's just a whole different experience. Before I was like paddy wagon cruising for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? If anybody that has been in the back of the paddy wagon knows, it's a whole different experience of being in a car. So I'm in the car and I'm just looking around me because there's like windows around me. I can look into other cars and shit. It felt like I was just experiencing the world for the first time, I'm on road for 2 years now. I'm trying my hardest not to be like the gangster version of myself, but at the same time, I'm feeding into it because everybody's like treating me like the person I always wanted to be treated like. I don't want the Warren G moniker, but now I have the Warren G moniker. I almost got my life taken away. Like I'm not trying to be fucking a gangster. All I want to do is like be this father for this kid. You know what I'm saying? But then the 2 years comes and goes. I was experiencing, being on road for the first time after that whole shit. The Crown was appealing the decision for the acquittal. In my first trial, they brought up a gang expert, and the gang expert was supposed to testify that my teardrop tattoo that I have was in relation to the murder. So 2 years now, I'm on road. The Crown is appealing the acquittal. My lawyer gives me a call. My lawyer's calling me and tells me, the Crown was successful in their appeal and you have to turn yourself in or they're gonna come get you kind of deal, But I'm on road. I've been on road for 2 years, so I'm already like insulated in the such, So I'm getting this call, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not on the block or, on road or anything. Like I'm at work. Again, it just clicked quick. Like I didn't even I just said fuck this job and I just walked out. I ended up going to my mom's house. I break it down to my mom and my bros that they were successful in their appeal. So my mom's asking, what the fuck does that mean? I'm telling her that we're gonna have to go through it again. She's like, oh, so you have to do the whole 2 years again. I'm trying to tell her, no, mom, we don't gotta do the 2 years. I already got acquitted, so it's probably gonna be smaller. I'm trying to talk her down because she's taking it the hardest out of everybody. She eventually starts telling me why don't I just run? Why don't I just go to fucking go here, go there? And I'm too cocky. I'm like, yo, mom, I beat this 2 years ago. I can beat it again. That's what I keep saying to her, And then eventually I turned myself in. I draw for the same lawyer that I had before because I'm here thinking, stick with the winning formula. And then on top of it, every conversation I'm having with my lawyer is not good conversations. You know what I'm saying? There's no magic bullet. There's no fucking, the witness is saying this and we really wanted to say this. It's all, oh, this is happening and yeah, we're gonna lose that. And it was a very somber experience. Yeah, man. I went through my second trial. They didn't bring up anything brand new. The only thing that they were now allowed to speak about was my teardrop tattoo, my first trial. They weren't allowed to speak about my teardrop tattoo. They brought a gang expert to talk about it. His whole purpose that the Crown brought him for was to say the teardrop tattoo is only given to people who has lost somebody or they killed somebody. He's like, Mr. Abbey hasn't lost anybody in the last 5 years, so it obviously means Mr. Abbey has killed somebody. And that's what they wanted him to say in the first trial. In the first trial, they built their case on 2 informants, and the fact that I got a teardrop tattoo. They got the informants to say why I got a teardrop tattoo, but the everyday person is not gonna listen to a bunch of thugs when it comes to like scientific shit, right? So it's like they had to bring an expert, a gang expert. His whole thing was just to say that the reason why I have my tattoo is because I killed somebody. The judge, though, he barred him from saying that because he was saying there was just too much prejudice. Who is anybody to say what a tattoo means to somebody? It's hard to have an expert tell somebody that this is why the person did something. Because once you give that person that power, that person can pretty much do whatever. So the judge, he nixed it right off the bat. He said you can't do that. But in the second trial now, the reason why the Crown was successful in their bid to have another trial, they said that the first trial judge made a mistake and that the Crown was allowed to ask those kind of questions. The second trial, he was allowed to talk about it. He was allowed to talk about the teardrop and all that other shit. And because of that, that's what kind of got me a little fucked up. The major motion of the first trial that I won, now they have it in their favor in my second trial. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was an uphill battle for them for my first trial. Now it's an uphill battle for me. And then when deliberations came, like I didn't go into deliberations with confidence versus the last time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I already started at a low place and it just kept on getting lower. Going through the second deliberation now, I think it took the jury about a day and a half. So a little less than the first time. I remember the first time we were all expecting that the jury was gonna take like a couple days, so like it wasn't really a thing. But like this time, like it just felt like so long. Like the decision making, it was just like we didn't understand why it was taking so long. A few hours later, they had their answer. They called me up. I was already expecting it, and you know, it was the same shit. The courtroom was full of cops. The courtroom was full of crowns who were just interested in the case or what have you. And of course, there was the victim's family, but this time my family was there now too. But you know, that was just them realizing that they should have been there the first time type of deal, right? So now they're all there, but the decision didn't go the way it went, the way we wanted it to go, you know? So when the jury made up their mind and they said what they said, you start hearing their screams from the back. Like, no, and all this, you know, shit. And it's just, the name of the game then is just to show no reaction. Cause it's just like, you know, like right then you want to cry. Right then you want to fucking scream. Right then you want to jump up the fucking box and try to boogie. The only thing you could do is just not react. Cause that's the only thing you can fucking do. After that was just a blur. Couldn't tell you how long it took the paddy wagon to get there. I couldn't tell you how long I waited to get back into my cell. That whole night was just a blur, you know? I hate using the word surreal cause like I use it a lot. That's the only word I can really like say that gives it the framing of what it, because it felt like a dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like before, like I'm listening out for the words, Mr. Abbey, you're free to go, right? These are the words that I'm accustomed to. These are the words that I want. But I'm not hearing that. I'm just hearing that, Mr. Abbey, you've been found guilty of first-degree murder. You're gonna be sentenced. And all I'm hearing is 25 years to life, and that's it. It wasn't a good day, it wasn't a good feeling. I think me drowning it out was just trauma, to be honest. After I got convicted, my first 2 years in the East, plus my second 2 years in the West, obviously counted up to 4 years, but that doesn't really shave that much time off of a 25-year sentence. I went in with 4 years shaved off my sentence, so I was looking at 21 years. Being in a max institution where the guards have like live rounds and they're letting off live rounds on you if you're fighting type of deal, seeing mans get shanked up, learning that like this is your life now. Everybody adapts and I adapted. I learned to do what I got to do. I wasn't trying to look for that Warren G moniker anymore, you know what I'm saying? So it was hard for me in a sense where most times people just click up with, you know, they'll go with who they're with. I did most of that time by myself. I spent in my cell writing. I wrote a fucking novel. I wrote poetry. I got back on my workouts, all that. It was up to like 9-10 years. And then I remember somebody runs up to me and then they have this newspaper and they're like, yo, G, you gotta read this newspaper, man. You're in this newspaper. And I'm here thinking it's like it's an old newspaper. Cause I'm like, yeah, of course I'm in an old newspaper. And then they're like, no, it's today's newspaper. You're in today's newspaper, bro. So I'm reading it now and it's like the lawyer is trying to use the gang expert that was in my case for his case. The defense is trying to use the Crown's witness, and the paper caught onto it because they're like, wait a minute, this is the same gang expert that was on the Abbey case. But now the Crown is trying to say to that defense lawyer, their expert is not even an expert and he's a fraud. That's what the Crown is saying. The paper's picking up on it, and I'm reading the paper And I'm like, holy fuck. So this guy's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Get my lawyer on the phone. My lawyer already has the paper. You know what I'm saying? The faxes are buzzing in the back of the phone. It sounds like there's activity. I'm like, holy shit, there's motion now. There's motion in my shit. He's like, yo, man, this is something. I'm like, so this is appealable? I'm saying to my lawyer's like, yeah, this is appealable. This is what we're looking for type of deal, right? From when I seen that paper, that newspaper, it took like 5 years after that for it to manifest into like anything. Then eventually it happened, and I was at work at the time, and then a guy walks up to me, he's like, yo, my girl tells me you gotta call your lawyer. So boom, now I call my lawyer now, and my lawyer gives me the good news. And it was just like, it was just one of those Warren, you're going home fucking moments. I was in prison for so long, I honestly thought like that was it for me. Like I didn't really have any motive of going home. Like I never really felt like I was a lifer. You know what I'm saying? But I never really, it just felt surreal to actually be going home. So when I got that fucking call now, when I got that answer, I just started acting like a fool. I started jumping up on range. I remember going to the bubble where the guards stay and chill, and like dancing in front of them and shit, telling all the mandem are all fucking happy, and because the lifer's being freed up. So like everybody's celebrating, you know what I'm saying? It was a really good day in jail for me. It was a really good day. The Crown eventually decided that they didn't want to go through a third trial, and they offered me a manslaughter conviction. The process of them giving me manslaughter, I was in the East. My lawyer kept on coming, you know, he's coming to visit me. He was negotiating with the Crown, what the Crown wants to do. And then eventually he comes to me and says, yo, listen, the Crown has no case. All the witnesses that they have, they either aged out or they moved away or they simply don't want to come to your trial again. So they have no fucking case here. So you have two options. You can either go to a trial or the Crown's giving you a manslaughter time served deal right now. And I remember that conversation because I'm like my heart's pounding, and this is the conversation I've been waiting for a very fucking long time. I felt weird because I knew I had to fight the trial, but I knew I wasn't gonna fight it. Like I know like the right thing for me to do was to go through trial and for having to say not guilty again, and then I can sue the Blyden and sue this person and not have the stigma of being a convicted murderer and shit, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of my life. But I said, fuck it, I'm like, I'm gonna take the deal. So I took the deal, and I took the deal against some of my lawyers' opinions, because some of my lawyers really wanted me to fight it. They really believed in the case or whatever, but I just said, fuck it, I'm done, I'm tired, you know? So I took it. The judge asked me, you know, do I understand what's happening, and da-da-da-da, and you know, I had to say the magic words where, yeah, I did it was manslaughter, guilty, da-da-da-da. And then, yeah, he gave me what he gave me. They brought me back to the East, and I freed up from the East. So like the feelings I'm having now, like I don't feel no anxiety of them coming back to me or anything, right? You know, I already pleaded out to the manslaughter, so I know that this charge is done. Like there's no way this is coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I'm gonna have to go sit in court or jail for this charge. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things I did when I touched road, I became a peer mentor, first with a group called Amadeus. They're a group that goes into the jails and they teach guys, they facilitate ways for guys to get their diplomas, either high school or higher education. So I started bucking up with them. I became a peer mentor, and I ended up mentoring guys who were in conflict with the law, or guys who were just recently incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm teaching them, you know, like this is how I'm moving out here. This is, you know, this is what works for me type of deal. Then I ended up going with John Howard Society, doing the same thing there. Then I started doing some public speaking and, you know, relating my story with others, sharing my story with others. And what I do with my life. Okay, so yeah, I'm home now. You know, that whole experience is behind me. I'm trying to get in, this is me now trying to get a relationship with my son, you know what I'm saying? Because he was just born, he's two now. This is my first time meeting him. So it's weird because now I have a son, but he's 2. So I missed that whole baby phase. I just have a fucking toddler that's like as bad as me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to like connect with him, but it's weird because I'm also trying to find my way in the world again. You know what I'm saying? So at this time now, this whole me chasing the whole Warren G moniker is done. Like I'm like, it's like, this is, I you know, I almost got my life taken away. Like I'm not trying to be fucking a gangster. All I want to do is like be this father for this kid. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard because it's like, I just beat a murder charge. If I had to say anything to the younger Warren, if I could talk to that youth, I'd probably tell him that there's so many other paths than the path that he's on right now. That Warren didn't understand that there was like different avenues he can go to reach the same goal that he wanted to reach, you know? I always wanted to be the person I am right now, but I thought that you can only reach this doing this by either like putting in work or selling beer drugs or like robbing somebody. I never knew you can do this by owning a fucking convenience store or like, you know, I'm selling pop and fucking chocolate bars and chips. You know, again, I never thought that was a way. I always thought that, you know, I had to sell drugs or I had to fucking rap or I had to get my fucking basketball game up. I would tell that Warren that there's so many other opportunities. Don't listen to the labels that they're trying to put on you, because they used to put, you know, you're stupid. They used to put you're just a fucking gangster. They used to put, you know, you're black boys don't do this, black boys don't do that. I just hope somebody sees my story and they realize that even at their deepest, darkest moments, it doesn't mean that's it. I want somebody to realize that even if they're making the most fucked up mistake, it doesn't define who they are. Because it didn't define me and I'm not there anymore. I'm over here kind of thing. I'm just trying to tell you that don't get caught up where you are right now. So who's Warren now? Warren is a business owner. Warren is a father. Is a guy that's seen both the grimiest parts of life, and I like to say the most beautiful parts of life. So I'm well-rounded. Warren is a guy that has fought his demons and fucking survived.